Marvel Secret Lair cards have officially been previewed, and guess what? They're making some cards jump in the secondary market this week. Enough said, true believers. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Magic the Gathering Foundations, or find a vast number of other great products on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or the comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, where today we're looking at the top 10 hottest Magic cards of the week. Now, again this week, the market is a little slower. I'm sure it's going to pick up next week once players and speculators see which decks and which cards perform the best at the Magic World Championship. However, we still have a good variety of cards to talk about today, though mostly thanks to speculation off the Marvel Secret Lair card previews. As always, our hot list is based on two pieces of criteria: the percentage increase in the value of the cards, but we also want to see a true increase in the number of sales from week to week as well. Quickly before we get into it though, I do want to say thank you to a couple of viewers. The first one is Paul Dodd, who gave a super thanks tip last week. Thank you, Paul, it means a lot and truly helps the channel a ton. Thank you so much for your support. And I also want to say thank you to one of our gold patrons, that is Coty. Coty, thank you for your long-term support on Patreon. I could not do it without viewers like yourself. Sincerely, thank you. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10, Nexus of Becoming. It's up $1.13 to $3.35. That's a 51% increase. This is from Outlaws of Thunder Junction's The Big Score subset, and currently it only sees a little commander play. Sometimes you see it in Bernard Ginger Sculptor builds, for example. So why is this card heating up now? For starters, there are some interested in putting this in future commander builds around one of the Marvel Secret Lair cards that was officially revealed last week. The card I'm referring to is Iron Man Titan of Innovation. But there is a bigger reason Nexus of Becoming is jumping in price. Earlier this week, Jim Davis posted a short meme video saying that he was testing builds for the Magic World Championship with his team, Team Channel Fireball, and that everyone should go out and secure their copies of Nexus of Becoming now. He made it very clear that it was a joke, but it did bring attention to the card, and some people thought that they may actually be testing the card, and Jim put out the video to throw people off. That wasn't the case, of course, but FOMO is a powerful thing. Number 9, Mjolnir Stormhammer, up $1.25 to $2.96. That's a 73% increase. This card got a big boost in commander play recently thanks to a card from Duskmourn. It's showing up in builds around the Mind Skinner from there, but now a couple of the Marvel Secret Lair cards are pushing Mjolnir Stormhammer too. Some commander players want it for future builds around Captain America First Avenger, and to a lesser degree Wolverine Best There Is. Plus, I have seen some players say that they were getting a copy of Mjolnir simply because when Wizards does make a Thor card, the price will spike. All this new demand has put some pressure on Mjolnir Stormhammer's inventory. Remember, Assassin's Creed was not a very popular set, so it may be a card to keep an eye on. Moving up a spot this week to number 8 is Bladewing Deathless Tyrant. This is up $1.25 to $3.79. That is a 49% increase. This is from the Dominaria United Legends Legacy Commander deck, and copies of the card have dried up a little bit online recently. It's a fairly popular commander and also found in the 99 of a few builds in the format. You see it in decks around Dihada Binder of Wills from its precon, for example, but it's also in other builds like Ravaz of the Claw. Overall though, Bladewing Deathless Tyrant commander builds are seeing a little more play right now, since Delirium strategies, which remember want you to fill your graveyard, have heavy support in Duskmourn. And cards like Overlord of the Baelmerk are quite good in these Bladewing decks. Down a spot this week to number 7 is Unholy Annex / Ritual Chamber. This is up $1.51 to $5 for a 43% increase. And this card from Duskmourn is showing up in many different builds in multiple formats, which is why it is moving up, even though lots of packs of the new set are being cracked. In Standard, it has appeared in several mid-range decks, including Golgari, Mono Black, Rakdos, and sometimes Orzhov. In Commander, this card has seen a ton of play in lots of builds, old and new. Many players have been getting it to upgrade both the Duskmourn Endless Punishment and Miracle Worker Commander decks, while others are using it in fresh builds around some cards from there, like Velgavoth Harrower of Souls from Endless Punishment, as well as Aminatu, Veil Piercer, and the Master of Keys from Miracle Worker. Unholy Annex / Ritual Chamber is also in the very popular Marina Vendrell decks as well. However, the Pioneer format is playing a big role in this spike. The most popular deck running the card there is a mono black midrange demon build, but it's in Rakdos, Golgari, Orzhov, and Dimir midrange builds in the format too. Number 6, Rootcast Apprenticeship. This is up 247 to 497. That's a 99% increase. This is from the Bloomburrow Squirreled Away Commander deck. As you would expect, it's in fresh builds around a couple cards from its pre-con, the reprinted Shatterfang Squirrel General, and the front-facing Commander Hazel of the Root Bloom. Rootcast Apprenticeship is also in popular Commander decks around a couple cards from the Bloomburrow main set. They are Balin the Haymaker and Camilla the Seed Miser. However, there's more to the story. A couple of the Marvel Secret Lair card previews are really what's pushing Rootcast Apprenticeship's price this week. Players want to add it to future Commander builds around Wolverine, Best There Is, and Black Panther, Wakandan King. Quickly before we get to our top 5, just a fast reminder, this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Currently, you can pre-order Foundations products there, pick up any number of other Magic the Gathering products, and they even have things that aren't even Magic related there as well. Remember, for orders over $100 or it consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States. And if you're looking for a direct link to their site, just check out the description or the comment section below. I do have links posted in both of those places. And now, without any further ado, let's get to the top 5. This is up 5 spots this week to number 5. It is Ghost Vacuum, up 261 to 539. That's a 94% increase. Here is another Duskmourn card that is seeing play in multiple formats. In Standard, Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy, I see players trying this in several different builds. Usually it's in the sideboard, but sometimes there is a copy in a main deck here or there. In fact, one deck in particular is based around the card. More on that in a second. Let's begin with the Standard format. There you see Ghost Vacuum in Golgari midrange, Dimir midrange, Mono Black midrange, or color control, and sometimes it's in Domain as well as Orzhov midrange there too. But a few days ago, Saffron Olive featured a Ghost Vacuum Standard combo deck on MTG Goldfish's Against the Odds. Basically, the deck has several ramp as well as self-mill options. Then eventually it wants you to use Ghost Vacuum to exile creatures like Enduring Courage, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, and Omnivorous Flytrap. When these creatures return as 1/1 flyers, the abilities enable you to do a lot of damage through triggers and then by attacking in the air. Now, it remains to be seen if this will have any real legs in the format, but people love these kind of combo decks and some are building it while others are speculating on Ghost Vacuum because of it. Over in Pioneer, you find Ghost Vacuum and Azorius Flash, and sometimes Gwenna Acererak combo, as well as Azorius Spirits. Meanwhile, in Modern, you see it sometimes in Hammer Time or Jeskai Energy, for example. In Legacy, it's appearing in Ninjas, but the card has also seen some success there recently within decks like Reanimator and Dimir Tempo. Plus, Ghost Vacuum is getting Commander play in decks old and new. The two most popular builds running it are both around other new cards from Duskmourn. They are Marina Vendrell and Arabella Abandoned Doll. Ultimately, I think the Standard combo deck is the key driver for Ghost Vacuum's price spike this week, but it was spiking last week as well due to all the play it's been seeing. Coming in at number 4 for the second week in a row, we have Pyrogoyf, up 304 to 1292. That's a 31% increase. This is from the Modern Horizons 3 Graveyard Overdrive Commander deck, and in Commander you see it mostly in fresh builds around Disa the Restless from that pre-con. Plus, this has quickly become a very highly played 1v1 dual Commander card. However, Legacy is also a big reason why this has been hot. Pyrogoyf is a 4-of in a Legacy deck that's performing well in this post-Grief meta. That deck is Mono Red Initiative. They're the card combos with Fable of the Mirror Breaker to copy itself and do big damage. To a lesser degree, this is being played in Legacy Naya Stompy decks too. Put it all together and Pyrogoyf is on fire again this week. Coming in at number 3 is Pre-War Formal Wear, up 310 to 425. That's a 270% increase. This is from the Fallout Scrappy Survivors Commander deck. Sure, it sees Commander play and builds around Dogmeat Everloyal from its pre-con, but that's not why this is spiking. The Fallout Commander deck cards just recently made it to MTGO, allowing more Legacy players to try out the cards in different builds. Turns out the Pre-War Formal Wear is a good addition to the Yorion Death and Taxes builds. Those decks including this card have been performing well on MTGO, and that has players and speculators more interested in paper copies this week. But there is a little more to the story. Pre-War Formal Wear is also a card that some players want for future Commander builds around Captain America First Avenger. Again, a Marvel Secret Lair preview card is a contributing factor to a card spike, but I think Legacy was the bigger driver this time. Number 2, Excalibur Sword of Eden. This is up $13.69 to $24.19. That's a 130% increase. Interestingly enough, this was number 7 on the cold list last week. What a difference a week makes, right? You do see this in several commander decks like Ezio Auditore da Firenze and Zuladoc Voidgorger, for example. Excalibur has even seen more play recently in decks built around a card from Duskmourn, the Mind Skinner. But by now, you may be able to guess what is causing Excalibur to spike. Excelsior, yup, it's a Marvel Secret Lair preview card. Players want Excalibur Sword of Eden for their future builds around Captain America First Avenger, and to a much lesser degree for decks around Wolverine Best There Is. Additionally, speculators think it's a pretty safe spec. Remember, Assassin's Creed cards just did not sell all that well. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Disrupting Shoal. The Ultimate Masters copy is up $6.19 to $8.51. That's a 267% increase. The Betrayers of Kamigawa copy is up $15.84 to $18.50. That is a 595% increase if you're doing the math at home. Well, I won't bury the lead here. The modern format is responsible for this spike. Belcher decks as well as the Thassa's Oracle variants are running 4 copies of Disrupting Shoal now. Remember, those decks run no regular lands. They do run double-sided cards that can be played as lands or spells, but without any true lands in your deck, Disrupting Shoal becomes much more reliable and can run protection for the game-ending combo. As long as Modern Belcher continues to perform well, this will remain elevated at least until it's reprinted again. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch, but there's more to the story. Tomorrow, we're going to be back, and we're going to look at the top 10 cold cards. These are cards moving down in price this week. You're not going to want to miss that one. But until next time, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.